This video is going to be about Spooky Wood Hollow, which is piece C1 in the 25 and 26 grade 2 piano exam pieces. Now I'm going to make more than one video here because otherwise it'll be quite long, and also because I want to be able to change the position of my camera. So this video is going to be just about the left hand. Now, so you get your bearings, that's middle C. The first note in the left hand is A. It's not the A nearest to middle C, it's the next one down. If you look at the book, you'll see it's in the first space of the bass clef. Remember, all cows eat grass, and that's the A for all. Now, the piece starts with a simple little four-note pattern, A, C, D, E, and we make that pianissimo, very quiet and staccato, so it's mysterious and a bit spooky, like somebody creeping along. Now, the left hand plays those notes 3 times in all. The first 2 times the right hand isn't doing anything, it's an introduction, and then the third time the right hand will join in. So let's look at that. So we go 5, 3. Right hand joins in at this point. Now then, it's going to start with the same 3 notes, A, C and D. We're now at the beginning of the third line, bar 7. But if you look at the book, you'll notice that it says finger number 4 under the C. It's still the C, but because of what comes next, we have to play it, whereas before the most comfortable fingering was finger 3, now we're going to do it with finger 4. So the first thing I want you to practice is doing A, C with 5 and 3, and then try doing A, C with 5 and 4. And when you've done that a couple of times, looking at your fingers, I want you to do it without looking at your fingers. 5, 3, 5, 4, because that will be really useful. If you can do it without looking down, it will help you enormously when you put the hands together. Now, you could in fact use 4 right from the beginning, but that's not particularly comfortable, and I would do it 3. So we only make that little stretch when we get to bar 7. And the reason we have to use it with 4 is we need all the other fingers, because we're going to play these notes. So breaking that down a bit, we go A, C with 4, D with 3, then D sharp with 2, and E with your thumb. So you're going to go 3, 2, 1. So those 3 fingers are close together, all semitones. 3, 2, 1. As soon as you hit the E with your thumb, let your fingers open out a little bit again, because then you go down the white keys. So your second will be playing a D sharp, and then almost immediately afterwards it'll play a D natural. So again, another thing to practice is 2, 1, 2, and practice doing that without looking, and that'll be really useful. Okay, so I'm just going to start from bar 7 now and play all that little phrase. Like that, and we get louder. I think I should have got a bit louder still than that, but anyway, not to worry. Okay, and then we actually then play the same notes again. C again with 4, D with 3, D sharp with 2, and E with the thumb. But the rhythm is different this time, and also we don't have that run down again. We just go. So if you can, well, I'll go from the beginning of 7. So you'll find that once you've done, you have to make that gap again between 5 and 4. So I'm going to play from bar 7. Go quiet again. Crescendo again, getting louder. Good. So we're at bar 11. Now, if you can keep your fingers where they were, so that little stretch there, 4 on C, 3 on D, 2 on D sharp, then you can do the final bar of this page without changing position. It's D sharp, D sharp, C, D sharp, E, and the fingering will be 2, 4, 2, 1 with that rhythm. So I'm going to play once more from the beginning of bar 7, then we'll look at the second page. So 2, 3, 4. Okay. At any time you want to pause the video, feel free to do so, to go over it again. Good, so that's all of the first page left hand. Now, the second page begins with in a new position, but we've had a 2-beat rest because bar, 12, comes off quite smartly there. And during that 2 beats, you move down. By all means, look down for this. I don't insist on you doing everything without looking. I'm just mentioning places where it's useful to practice. So here you want to move down so your thumb is on the A that your pinky was on before, because you're going to do this. I'll do that again because I forgot to do the crescendo. Notice we're starting quietly and getting louder each time. The right hand will help as well because the right hand is playing on the beats that the left hand isn't playing. So it does that twice on the white keys. 1, 2, 3, 4 are the fingering, the fingers. And then in bar 17, second line, slightly different. So again, we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to play F sharp with the third, and then F natural with 4, and then E with the fifth. So we still end up on E, but we've squashed the fingers together because again we've got a little semitone run there. So I'm just going to play, let's see, I'll play from the top of the page again. And that's the timing there. Notice we have an E minim tied to a dotted crotchet followed by a single quaver. So the timing is 1, 2, 3, 4, and. That'll hopefully be easier when you put the hands together. And then you jump back up to your starting position. Again, you'll probably want a little look down because then we go boom, boom, and then we do what we did at the beginning. We do that once, then stretch 4. This is all a straight repeat of what's happened before. So from the beginning of bar 21 to up to and including bar 27 is just the same as from bar 5 to bar 11. I think that's right. Yeah. So just to, yeah. And then, I'll come back to that in a minute. And then the final bar, we've just played E with our thumb. We still play E with our thumb, and then we have to go. Now the notes are simple: E, B, A, and another A. The suggested fingering, if your fingers are in the position they were before, you might want to do 1, 4, 5. They've suggested 1, 3, 4, and then 3. That's all about getting enough weight or force behind the finger to give a good accent, because now we're fortissimo, and in addition on the very last note it says SFZ, sforzando, so that means give it a good old bash. You can do all that just going 1, 4, 5, 5, but you may prefer to follow this fingering 1, 3, 4, 3, because 3 is arguably the strongest finger for those purposes. And just a word about the timing of the last bar. If I count myself in, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then pause on the end and put the pedal on as well. So that final A actually comes before the beat. Notice it's tied, so you don't play, so that tied note and the tied chord in the left hand, you only play once and you hold it, but it comes before the beat. So if I go from the beginning of the line, focus on the timing this time. 2, 3, 4. It's quite quick, that. It's a bit sooner perhaps than you expect. Now, might be worth just playing the whole piece again, the left hand all the way through, and then we'll finish this video. So, quiet and mysterious here, spooky. Still pretty quiet. Right hand has come in now. Change of position. 2, 3, 4. Move down. 2, 3, 4, and 1. Two, three, 4. So that's all of the left hand of Spooky Wood Hollow. In a separate video I'll look at the right and then either put the hands together in that same video or possibly make a third video. But that's all on this one. Hope that was helpful.